Yesterday I was looking at the news and Ahmaud Arbery's mother was really upset because, the headlines was there was a plea deal for these men on the hate crime charges. And she was upset and didn't feel there should be any plea deal at all. And whatever the maximum sentence is, that's what they should get. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, the judge threw out the plea deal. It was rejected. So look like they're gonna be dealing with hate crime charges on top of the murder charges they already have. Mm-mm-mm. A judge rejected a plea deal prosecutors had reached with two of the three white men facing federal hate crime charges in the murder of Ahmaud Arbery, casting uncertainty over the trial schedule to begin next week. It begins on the 7th of February, and I hope it's live streamed because I really want to see it. Travis McMichael, 36, his father, Gregory McMichael, 66, had been poised to admit that they targeted Aubrey, in part because he was black, and prosecutors called the agreement an important step towards justice in the case that fueled nationwide protests. The McMichael and a third man, William Roddy Bryan, were all sentenced to life in prison in early January for the 25-year-old Aubrey's murder in coastal Georgia. But Aubrey's family, they were asking the judge to block that plea deal. They didn't want it. They didn't want them to have any plea deals, which would have allowed the McMichaels to serve the first 30 years of their sentence in federal rather than state custody. Oh, you notice how many of them are trying to get to a federal prison, y'all? Derek Chauvin was doing the same thing because, he's a lonely boy over there in state prison. He wants to be moved to federal prison. Mm, tough boogies. So, this is what these men trying to do. They're trying to be in custody in a federal prison rather than a state prison. Who the hell cares if they're miserable behind bars? You don't care when it's any of us. So why should somebody care that it's you? Please. A lawyer for Aubrey's mother had denounced the agreement as a backroom arrangement that would have allowed the McMichaels to serve their sentences in a better prison. Yeah, because, federal prisons, some of them are better conditions, more like a dormitory than a prison. Okay, so granting these men preferred conditions of confinement will defeat me, Aubrey's mother, Wanda Cooper Jones, said in court. It gives them one last chance to spit in my face after murdering my son. The U.S. District Judge Lisa Wood accepted Travis McMichael's guilty plea Monday, but said she could not guarantee the terms of the agreement and wanted to hear from all concerned before signing off on the sentencing. Because of that, Wood said the younger McMichael can change his mind. Lawyers for both the McMichaels said they needed more time before deciding whether to continue with guilty pleas. The men were expected to admit of using force or the threat of force to injure, intimidate, and interfere with Aubrey because of his race, as he used the public streets on February 23rd, 2020. The father son pair grabbed guns along with their neighbor Brian and chased Aubrey in their pickup truck before Travis fatally shot Ahmaud Aubrey. Brian, the only one of the three granted the possibility of parole, was not mentioned in notices of plea deals filed on Sunday. He also faces hate crime charges. The McMichaels' defense last year centered on claims that they suspected Aubrey of break ins and thefts. and Travis McMichael affirmed Monday that he would admit that he made assumptions about Aubrey because of his race. Prosecutors said they plan to dismiss the other federal charges. Travis McMichael is publicly confessing to the world that his crime would have not happened had Ahmaud Aubrey not been black. Prosecutor Tara Lyons said just before the judge scrapped the deal. She said the attorneys for Aubrey's parents previously indicated that they would not oppose a plea deal, but that on Sundays, after several meetings, it was apparent that that was not accurate. She acknowledged that Aubrey's family disappointment and the justice system already heavily criticized for handling Aubrey's death, which was followed by more than 2 months without arrest. Yep, it sure did in 2020. Personally, I understand every expression of anger and distrust that the Aubrey family feels with law enforcement and the justice system, Lyon said. I have no doubt, and my son was chased down and shot like an animal because of his color. Okay, and I would feel the same way. This is what the attorney was saying. So a trial is set for the McMichaels and Brian, which is still scheduled for uh, for jury selection, begins on February 7th. Lawyers for the defendant had previously argued that the three men pursued Aubrey in a brief that he was behind neighborhood break ins, not because of his race, but the prosecutor pointed out to texts and social media posts as evidence of racism. Brian, who recorded the fatal confrontation on his phone, told investigators that Travis used the N word after shooting Aubrey, a claim the younger McMichael attorney denied. So, at the end of the day, it's good. There is no plea deal for the hate crime charges. And I'm glad there shouldn't be. There shouldn't be. It's amazing to me how people that never give us a chance believe they should get one. Well, don't look like that's going to happen in this case. So when the 7th come, I will see if they will live stream this part of, the case for the hate crimes. If they do, I'll do some regular updates on it. But y'all, please tell me what you think. I'm glad the judge threw out the plea deal. They don't deserve it. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.